Hi, it's Andrea, folks. It's the 7th of December 2012. Some of you know that I was the past life regression expert on a TV show called Have I Been Here Before, and also the expert on a show called This Morning. Anyway, so the byproduct of that is that my knowledge and wisdom comes from working with thousands and thousands of clients in altered states of consciousness and being a visionary intuitive myself. And today I was just posting on Facebook about pH balances. So I'll explain that further about pH balance. Okay, I came to this conclusion from just an intuitive point of view of realizing that emotions, negative emotions, create your body to turn acidic, because I noticed that with clients. But also, food and the water that you put in your body has a pH balance as well. And even if you're not processing emotions, because the alchemical process of going into the sacred heart will naturally balance out the pH in your body, but there's very few of us who are at this point really living in that sacred space in our heart, and events happen and they tip you out of it. So how do you know the pH balance of your body to begin with? These are what you need. These are truly fabulous. I'll just show you those. Basically, all you do is you can put your saliva on them, but to be honest with you, the easiest way is to just wee on them. You wee on these strips, okay? And these strips, then you match it up to the back and it shows you the pH balance of your urine, which is really good because you know where you're starting from. You know where you are, and you need to do them. It'll tell you need to do it 3 times a day so you get kind of a rough average of where your pH balance is. You want it to be between 7 to 7.5, and a lot of raw food people think it's all about what you eat, and that is a huge part of it. But you can create a pH balanced body by dealing with your emotions. That's less popular because people would rather go to great lengths and talk about nutrients and this and that and go into all the headspace of all that rather than actually go inside themselves and deal with their inner emotional self. Yes, you know, changing your food will help you detoxify your pineal gland. And, you know, I might go into that in another video clip because that seems to be quite popular now, the detoxification of the pineal gland. And it's absolutely true. You know, your pineal gland will get calcified up. But also, I think a natural detoxifier is getting into this sacred heart space. And that's about processing your emotions. All negative emotions, anger, bitterness, fear, betrayal, guilt, whatever you want to call them, they turn your body acidic. And you only get sick and ill in an acidic body. You cannot be sick and ill in an alkaline body. So you need to be between 7 to 7.5. We on these sticks, I'm not selling them. Find out what your pH balance is and know a starting point. The other good thing is to find out the pH balance, because you're mainly water. Find out the pH balance of the water that you're drinking. So just stick one in the water that you're drinking. I personally, yes, I do drink tap water occasionally, but you know, if I'm out and about, but in general, I try to drink only bottled mineral water. And since I've moved to the Isle of Avalon, I was drinking Chalice well water and Male spring water, and I've kind of moved on from that. And then occasionally I do the water in wells, but now I found another spring which is more pH balanced, between 7 to 7.5, and I'm drinking that water now. But you know, you can't be obsessive about this, because I travel and I go to other places, so maybe I'll drink mineral water then. I wouldn't sit there drinking, you know, glasses of tap water, because in some countries it's fluorinated. It's not really fluorinated in the UK, but you want to change your toothpaste. This is all detoxifying the pineal gland. These things are not to do with the pH balance. The pH balance is about eating alkaline foods, changing the water that you put in your body. But the biggest thing of all is the emotional inner journey work. You know, I've spent 12 years doing this work with people. You've got to go inside your emotional self. You've got to clear out your pain body. You've got to clear out your past life cell memory, your ancestral cell memory, you know, and interwoven between all that is your inner child issues as well. And entities will get in the way. I mean, that's a whole other clip in itself, talking about entities, which is earthbound consciousness, which throws up false information, false past life, false ancestral memory, false inner child memory. And you've got to clear that to get to your authentic stuff. And you have to own your life 100%. You know, I've had people ringing me recently, and you know, they want to come to see me, which really makes me laugh, but they don't agree with what I say, and they disagree with me. So why is the point in coming to see me if at this point you don't want to own, you know, your life? If you say me, well, you know, I believe some of the things you believe, but if you don't believe 50% of what I'm saying, your ego's going to argue with me. And personally, I love myself too much to put myself in a one-to-one situation with a confrontational ego. I might say, come to my workshops, come to my talks, download my guided meditation CD, listen to that. But as a therapist, and this goes out to other light workers, spiritual teachers, you at this point now, you know, in our evolution, you know, you've got to step back, look at your own physical body, look at your own health and well-being. And if you're not in good shape, you need to kind of draw a veil on working with other people till you've really worked on yourself enough that you can balance your energies, that you don't get zapped, you're not getting tired, you're not getting exhausted. Because you need to understand fundamentally how life force energy flows and runs. And it's an alchemical process, it's a vibration. And you don't want to put yourself in toxic situations. And it's all very well and good saying we're all one, we all love each other, but everyone's holding a different vibration. And sensitives and empaths have very big emotional energy fields of compassion and empathy towards others. And they might not have fully mastered the compassion and empathy to self. So you kind of hoover up stuff until you really know how to create that balance between giving and loving yourself enough to have very good boundaries, and just to remove yourself from toxic people, toxic situations, and to observe what you put in your body, you know, and eat things that are basically not processed and come from Mother Earth. I know a lot of people say, oh, it's difficult to do raw food in cold countries. Well, you know, that's a story. Again, yes, I do think there's something about eating vegetables that grow in your motherland where you're living at this point in time. And yes, some of those vegetables are better cooked. And to be honest with you, I won't be too hot on eating too many potatoes, because they're actually come from the poison ivy family, not particularly very good for you. And you really don't want to eat raw potatoes. They're not great for you. The toxins and poisons go into your body. But it's about discernment. It's about discerning and loving yourself enough. And the best thing to do, I would say, is to get some of these pH balance sticks. I think you can Google them, get them from Amazon, get them wherever. They're called pH test strips, basically, and they tell you the pH balance of your body. And then, you know what you're dealing with. You know roughly how acidic or alkaline your body is, and you know that it's a process. You know, start the journey, start loving yourself enough to make the change. Start meditating, start releasing the stress hormone creates cortisol in your body. I have guided meditations, they'll help you because they'll lower your stress hormone. Mine take you into guided journeys of letting go of fear and negative emotions and healing karmic soulmate connections with love as well. And that's whole other topics for us to look into as well. But I just thought for today, it's all about getting your body into a pH balanced space where there cannot be any disease and illness. It's been proven in scientific. If you don't believe me, look at the scientific research. There is no illness in a body that is alkaline. It's your responsibility to create an alkaline body for you to exist in going into 2013 and beyond. So namaste, love yourself. If you want to hear more about what I do, I have loads of clips on YouTube. I speak light language. It's all out there. Just go research, download, listen, and love yourself enough to make the change, because nobody else is going to love you enough to inspire you to make the change. Only you can do that. Only you can love yourself enough to honor the vessel, this temple that you've incarnated into.